We are camped at the Frisco campground. It is a national park. There is no hookups, no water, there's no dump station. We are rather close to the beach. Plenty of sites available here, but I think Gracie is not much of a beach dog.
Anywhere hot, I think.
So sometimes in the journey it doesn't always go very smoothly. You have to make the most of whatever you got going on, trying to stay as cool as possible. You got the solar out, you got the grill cooking outside, we got the Jenny on the back there. So we'll take you around the Outer Banks area here. We're down by the Hattteras area, and we'll show you guys around. This is probably a good time to cut out to some action sequence here while we're shopping. Like, it has been a saving grace that we have been able to drive on the beach. It's been a lot of fun. You have to pay $50 for a permit, and that gives you a 10-day permit. Right now we're in Buxton Woods. There's a couple of trails, but I will warn you, the mosquitoes will try to eat you alive in here. There are a few little overlanding trails in here, very short, not very long, but you don't need a permit to go there. But they're not, I think, only maybe a mile or so together with all the roads in there. But it's a fun little place to come and kind of get away from the busyness of the Outer Banks. We thought we would come down here, be a little more quieter, but it's gotten kind of like a little more noisy than we thought. It's kind of strange, it's Thursday and it feels like everyone left. So I guess maybe tomorrow people will start coming again.
Yeah, but even though the campground is empty, on the beaches, like, all the people that paid for the permit are hoarding onto the beach with their cars and stuff. So it's been crowded everywhere.
The signs are a little faded, but it kind of gives you the story of these forests here. If you're not familiar with Outer Banks, it's this strip of land that moves, and the sand is just blown by the wind and pushed by the waves. So these forests here are so important. We're walking on a dune right now that has been taken over by trees, and then it stabilizes the area. And it was reading a sign that even affects the climate. This is a really short little trail here. There's a couple of trails to take in this preserve, and we were able to off-road from our campsite, the Frisco campground, to over here. And there's also a lighthouse on this side of the park as well. We're going to go over there and take a couple videos. That has an interesting story too about how the island moves. They have to move things around here so they don't get swallowed up by the sea. So an oasis for all of these animals. This one here looks kind of vicious. This is the original location of the Cape Hatteras Lighthouse.
Right up the ass! You're still recording. Walls were put there one at a time in order to prevent the waves from getting to the lighthouse during storms. There's a total of 3 of them. The other ones are further offshore and are more buried. And they were originally going to put a 4th one in because the government did not want to move the lighthouse. But the engineers said that it would be useless, that it would only buy them a couple of months at most, and that then they would still have to pay to move the lighthouse anyway.
So when they moved this lighthouse, they just picked it up and put wheels underneath of it, and then they moved it.
It took them like 3.5 weeks to move a half a mile. So, and they did it with, I think, 62 hydraulic jacks underneath of it. This was the original base of the lighthouse that was under that red part, but it lists out all the lighthouse keepers. And so some years there was like 4 and 5 lighthouse keepers. I wonder what happened to them. Like why there were so many in some years.
So we are in the graveyard of Atlantic. This is a free museum you can come check out here in Hattteras. It looks like something out of a James Bond movie or something. There's even a spear pistol. It's pretty crazy. This looks like this mixture of things in here, the life of Cape Hatteras, and a little bit of history, exploration, and just life, and then the war, the Civil War, and then the World War I and II. So in 1918, World War I, the U.S. was sending supplies to Europe, and Germany sent U-boats to block the convoy and to destroy the ships. I never realized the war came so close to American shores. The museum was really nice. There was an off-road that you could take past the museum, and we just drove it to this beautiful place. It's got all these really neat trees here. I think that's going to be it for us, guys. Thanks for coming along, and hope to catch you on the next time.